Hello everyone, welcome to Pete CD Vinyl World. Today I'm going to sort of do a response to a video that's been out there for about a week or so from Mike Brune, Rock and Roll Experience. And he recently did an interview with Vinne Vincent where he states that he possibly could have joined Kiss again in 1991. And also Mike Brune also had another follow-up video with, I guess, another guy he podcasts with to discuss it, and I will also show you some recent pickups I've had. So I guess I could do those first. So the first one is the Zappa DVD or Blu-ray. I have seen this once, but I haven't watched the Blu-ray to look at the extra stuff in here, and I will review this once I get through there. So I have some more CDs. Jack Blades. These are ones I got at a yard sale or a thrift store. It's one of his solo albums. It came out in 2004. It's supposed to be pretty good. Replacements all shipped down. I didn't have that one. Liz Phair. This is an advanced CD. It's a different cover that ended up on the actual CD. So I don't know if it's rare or what. And I also got the 3 Sugar albums. Actually, the middle one is an EP. So listen to these. They're kind of like I don't want to say generic early 90s alternative, but not so much punk, but definitely more alternative. But I'll have to listen to them again. And some records. Some of these I got at either a yard sale or some I got picked up from a friend. So the first one is a Tubes compilation of rarities and unreleased stuff. It's called Trash. Next one is Pat Travers' Crash and Burn. So I don't think I paid more than like $5 for any of these. Most of them I paid less than that. T-Rex. Best of T-Rex. Fastway, self-titled. I didn't have that one. Next one is this compilation, this punk compilation called Streets. It came out in 1977 on Beggar's Banquet. Has a bunch of, I guess at the time, unsigned punk bands. I've never heard of any of them. The only one is The Reaction, which became the band Talk Talk. But so I got this at a yard sale on Saturday for $1. It turns out it's actually fairly valuable. So nothing that great, just typical late 70s English punk. This one my friend gave me. This is Steely Dan's Greatest Hits. The reason why I wanted it because it has a song that's only available on this set. And it's also mastered by Bob Ludwig, so it sounds really good. Kingdom Come. Never had that one before. I never had this, actually. Self-titled Fleetwood Mac. First one with Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks. 38 Special. Rockin' Into the Night. Billy Squier, Emotions in Motion. Grand Funk Survival. Great White, Twice Shy. Ted Nugent, the Nugent album from '82. Rick Derringer, Guitars and Women. This one's produced by Todd Rundgren, so it kind of has like almost a power pop feel. Like if you heard this album, you would not think it's Rick Derringer. You know, he's known for a more bluesy, hard rock style, but this is sort of like power pop actually. Andy Taylor, Thunder. I think I had this back on cassette back in the 80s. First few songs are pretty heavy, but then the guitars sort of just like fade away as the album goes on. It becomes lighter and lighter. It's kind of an odd production. And finally, the Hurricane, Over the Edge. This is their second release. I don't have the third one either. So that's pretty much it for new pickups and such. So, anyway, the topic I wanted to talk about was this Vinne Vincent interview. So if you've been following Vinny at all, he's been having these parties every once in a while at like a rehearsal studio where he plays and has food, and he usually limits them to less than 100 people. And Mike Brune, who I mentioned, always gets to do an interview with him. So this one was more in depth about Revenge, which he co-wrote a couple songs with Gene and Paul on. And they asked Vinny, was it possible that you were going to rejoin Kiss at the time? And he says, well, my feeling was yes. If they had offered it to me, I would have. And he kind of makes it seem like it was definitely a possibility. So I think everybody now would be like, oh, he's crazy, knowing Vinne Vincent, everything he said. But as Mike and the other guy who was talking about this pointed out, if you go back 20 years, maybe, or 30 years now, actually, 1991, maybe it wasn't out of the realm of possibilities for several reasons, if you think about it. One, Revenge, they were getting back to their sort of heavier, sort of Creatures of the Night era without the makeup, just back to black leather and studs. Their heaviest lineup ever was the lineup with Vinne Vincent and Eric Carr, so it would make sense that they would have him rejoin. Number two, from what I've read, Bob Ezrin wasn't really too crazy about Bruce Kulick's playing when they first started recording Revenge. Eventually, I think they did work it out, and he did some great playing on there. So in that sense, maybe they were considered even having Vinny play on the album as well as co-write. I think 3 songs he co-wrote made it on the album. And 3, like I said previously, that was their heaviest era. So maybe they were thinking about getting that band back together. But the problem was, I think, with Eric Carr's passing, they would have never redone it at that point, because Kiss had never replaced 2 band members at once. It was always, Peter left, then Ace left, then Vinny left. So to replace 2 band members would be kind of, out of the norm for them, even though Vinny had been in the band before. If Eric Carr was still alive and was well enough to record, maybe not even record Revenge, say he came back for the tour, that's maybe a possibility, because they would have been like, oh, this is a Lick It Up reunion tour, or that era lineup, and that was their heaviest era. They could say that. I think Bruce, he doesn't really evoke metal the same way he didn't really evoke like the hair metal era when he was with Kiss either. So he's sort of just, he doesn't have the bigger personality like Vinny does. He was like a polarizing figure in the Kiss world. So I think overall the answer probably would have been no, he wouldn't have rejoined. Like I said, though, when Eric Carr passed away, I think that possibility completely went out the window. And I think by the time they had gotten to the end of the sessions for Revenge, they had another falling out probably anyway about royalties. So that's what I want to talk about today. What's your opinion if you're a Kiss fan? I haven't been doing a lot of videos lately. Hopefully, I have a whole list of topics that I plan on doing. So hopefully try to get at least one video out a week out there. So if you like these videos, please subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks.